Hi, I'm Taylor Smurl.
And I'm Tommy Smurl.
And this is
Neat.
Well, Dad came prepared today.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about Merlot, and Merlot is wine, and it's, wine, you think of France. And so I figured I needed to be kind of French for this one. So I got Mom French braided my hair. You probably can't see that.
No, we see that. Yeah, you got a French braid.
And I put on a French shirt.
Is it a French shirt? Tell me the origin of that shirt. Where is it really from?
Well, it's the closest thing I have to a French shirt. It's technically a garden gnome costume that we used one Halloween. I was a garden gnome.
Garden gnomes famously originated in France.
I think they did.
You know what? Big ol' E for effort.
So now I did have a smock that I wore as a little French boy when I rode in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade as a child.
Your costume's great. We're not going there. It's fine.
Have I ever told you that story before?
I think so. I think I've heard it before. But I would love to hear it again. But unfortunately, we got a lot of ground to cover in this video. So
all right. Well, I'll save that for later.
But hey,
Soupy Sales and Ronald McDonald.
Oh no! How did we get here? We've already gone to the dark place. Merlot. We're talking about Merlot. Merlot has nothing to do with Soupy Sales. Over on the podcast, we talked all about the history of Merlot, the rather delicate sales pattern it's had, highly impacted by pop culture. So today we're going to be making a really nice I'd say a summery red wine sangria with Merlot. We're also going to be tasting some Merlot.
And if you drink too much of it, it'll knock you sideways.
We're not going to drink that much Merlot tonight, but we are going to taste a little bit. And look, like with our rosé episode, like a lot of our wine episodes, we're not here to do delicate wine tastings. There are definitely more educated people on wine. There are sommeliers that you should go to for your wine knowledge. I am not that, and I fully own that. But we are going to do a little quick taste. I have a California Merlot. This is definitely the New World style Merlot that's going to be a little bit juicier, a little bit higher alcohol, a little bit more residual sugar. Dad, I think you have something similar.
Yeah, Robert Mondavi. It's also a California Merlot 2018. Fine year. It's still fresh.
Yeah.
We drink out of the bottle. I guess it would be civilized to use a glass, huh?
Yeah, don't drink it out of the bottle. I say that like I haven't.
All right. Now, Paul Giamatti said you got to get your nose down in there and really smell it.
Open it up a little bit.
I smell the rich aromas of wine.
Dad, I know you said that across the board, you don't like wine, but I'm curious how you feel about this.
I stand by my statement.
No bueno?
No.
Whether you like Merlot or not, that's kind of up to your palate, but standard Merlots, which we both have here, are going to give you a lot of berry, like blackberry, blueberry, maybe some plum notes are pretty common. If you get a little bit of those like old world kind of earlier harvest Merlots, you're going to get a little bit more of like a grassy herbal quality. This one doesn't particularly possess that, but you can find that in some more like French style Merlots. But, it's definitely not super tannic. It doesn't have a lot of astringency. It's not that kind of red wine that dries out your palate and you feel like you need like a fatty steak to go with it. It's great for sipping on its own. Merlot definitely has like a place and a time, and I don't hate on it. I like a Merlot. I thought it would be fun to kind of build a sangria around the flavors that are already in Merlot. Add some herbal quality to a later harvest Merlot, add some of the fruits that are already present in the flavor profile, and just make a nice sort of summery sangria with a solid bottle of Merlot.
All right, I'm ready.
We're going to start with a whole bottle of Merlot.
It looks like Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. That was in France. After all, you are in France.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Gray stuff doesn't
Don't
sound
believe
delicious.
me? Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Yeah, gray stuff. I guess that's like that gray poupon.
No, that's mustard. So we've got a bottle of wine, a bottle of Merlot. To that, we're going to add some citrus. We're going to do 4 ounces of, you can do lemon or lime, really. I have lime. I think, Dad, you've got lime too.
I got lime.
All right. And then we're going to add some orange liqueur. So you can use, you want something on the drier side. So like a dry curacao, cointreau would work fine. Combier would be good. Just some sort of dry orange liqueur. And you want to do 4 ounces of that as well.
I got Lords. They put an extra L on there in case you drink too much and you're stuttering.
Lords.
Right. Oh, Lord, what did I drink?
Hopefully not straight curacao. I knew a dude that would come in and order just straight blue curacao late at night. I don't know. He was just...
Maybe he was into Smurfs and it would make him pea blue.
That's a weird jump to take that to. I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm not gonna. Hey, next we're gonna do rum. So we're gonna base the sangria in rum. Dad, you've got white rum. I've got some dark rum. But we're gonna do 8 ounces for the full bottle.
8 ounces.
And we are gonna add a little bit of a sweetener to this. So this is just a very simple syrup that's been infused with basil, and we're gonna add 4 ounces of that.
Simple Simon met a Basilman.
Yes. All right. So of course, a sangria needs a bunch of fruit in it. So for this, we're gonna try to pull some of those iconic fruits that you taste in Merlot. So I've got some blackberries and raspberries that I'm gonna throw in there. Just like about a 1/4 cup of each. All right, and we're also gonna put in some plums and some oranges. So this is about like a diced orange and a diced plum per batch. All right, so the last ingredient is gonna just be a little pinch of some chiffonaded basil. You know, most of our basil flavoring is gonna come from that basil syrup, and we don't want to have so much basil in there that you get like basil, like chewable basil in your drink. But a little bit in there is gonna just add to the flavor. So just some nice thinly sliced, like 4 or 5 leaves. So now
what about blueberries? I had blueberries in reserve.
You did. You can add some blueberries in there. I mean,
Well, good.
I mean, berries, all kinds of berries.
Can I stir it around?
Yeah, you get a little stir. Stir with a knife. All right. And now the thing about sangria is you don't really want to drink it straight up because you want that fruit to soak up some of your alcohol. You want it to let go some of its juice, some of its tannins. All of those berries in there are going to give us some tannins in here. And that orange peel too is going to give us some bitterness. That's going to help add that to the backbone of the Merlot, which, as we talked about in the episode, doesn't have a really strong tannic bitter structure. So that's going to help balance out our cocktail because we've added some sweetness. So you definitely want to let this sit for, I mean, I'd say overnight you're good, but like 6 to 8 hours at least. You want to let it sit in a refrigerator for that long. But luckily, we made some already ahead of time.
Through the miracle of television.
Woo! We have some ready to go sangria that we're gonna drink. We're gonna try and see if I made Dad like wine again.
All right, now, do we need to strain it or do you want the fruit in there?
No, you want the fruit in there. You definitely want fruit in there.
Spilled some. Far back. It's a fiasco.
Boy, he made a mess.
And his wine is all over his French vest. All right.
All right, so we're just gonna so we've got our little wine glass of sangria here. You want to definitely get a good amount of fruit in there. You don't want like chunky, but you want like a good like 1/4 like fruit in your glass. And then we're gonna garnish it with just a little bit of fresh basil, just a little sprig on top. Now I will say, if you're having this, like, you know, adding some ice to this is totally fine. I've definitely been served sangria over ice. Sometimes I like my sangria over ice. It's a pretty concentrated drink, so a little dilution's not going to kill it. We're going to drink it straight, but you're not breaking any rules by having a nice ice cold glass of red sangria. totally fine. Cheers.
Hey, I like this better.
You like it better? Do you like it enough to drink it?
Well, I could get through this glass. I wouldn't ask for a second, but I can get through this one.
Well, sometimes that's the best as a bartender you can do.
This is pretty good.
Well, as a wine drinker, I will say that this is a pretty, this is not a crazy unique recipe for sangria. This is pretty standard. A little bit of cointreau, a little bit of a base spirit, a little bit of a sweetener. Like, that's pretty normal. So you can use these specs. You can definitely play around with like this formula using a different wine, different fruit like profile based on the flavors that are in that wine.
And don't feel bad if you don't have a fancy French shirt to wear like mine when you're drinking it. Pretty much anything will do. You know, if you got one though with the big puffy sleeves, now those are okay too. But
I just don't understand why you think your garden gnome shirt is French.
I thought that's where garden gnomes were from.
Okay, we're working through it. The French braid is nice. Well, so I still haven't sold you on drinking wine, but at least here's another. Well, I'm not even like, it's fine if you don't love this, because I know your bar back is going to be happy to have the lion's share to herself.
That's right. And the little bar back will take a drink too, probably. If I went somewhere and this is all they had to drink, I could survive with this. But now if they just gave me a glass of wine, I'd just say, where do you have water? But with this, I could drink this. This is good. This made it tolerable.
I love when a cocktail that I put so much effort into is judged as tolerable.
But you're coming from a deficit, You're coming from a guy that doesn't like it at all, and you made it so that I could drink it.
I'm not taking it personal. All right. Hey, thank you for joining us. Dad, thanks for being here with your...
Well, Tay, thanks for having me.
Your little...
And tolerating my non-whininess.
That's fine. You came in costume. For as much as I love costumes, now I'm like, well, shit. Is this a costume thing, or was this what we're doing? I was like, I don't know. I'm down, but I didn't know we were doing that.
Hey, I just, this whatever spirit moves me, that's what I try to go towards.
I love it. It makes me so happy. Nothing says French like a garden gnome.
Oui.
Thank you. If you want to support us, you can find us on Patreon. We have every 2 months you get coasters, you get stickers. We've got some new special videos coming up soon. We're going to announce those very shortly. And if you would like to find us on social media, we are Neat Boozecast on Twitter and Instagram. If you would like to email us your questions, your comments, you can email us at neattheboozecast@gmail.com. And if you want to find us on Facebook, I'm not there, but Dad sure is, and he made a group for you.
Neat the Boozecast. Imagine that. It's got the same name.
So easy.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, as always, the recipe will be posted down below for this sangria. If you make an alteration of it, let us know. We'd love to see your pictures. We'd love to see your success stories, your questions around it, whatever. Let's have it. So thank you.
Yeah, and smash that subscribe button.
Smash it, destroy it, leave it to dust, destroy
whatever
its
it means.
Family lineage, end its bloodline. Do it. All right. Hey, I've been Taylor Smurl.
And I've been Tommy Smurl.
And this has been
Neat.
And now you've set like a bar for yourself. I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't come in costume every week.
Well, I had the Jimmy Buffett outfit last week for the mojitos.
Well, now it's just your thing. Your thing is coming in costume. Me and everyone will be disappointed if there's not a costume